Hey guys, PepperAmmy here. This week we are making a great tasting, super simple, customizable asparagus soup. Now to get started, using the same pan you are planning to make the soup in, place some prosciutto in the bottom and cook until crisp. Now alternatively, you can use bacon instead. Then once nice and crisp, remove from the pan and place on some paper towels and let cool. Now whilst the meat is cooking, you want to dice an onion or two and some garlic cloves. Then once the meat has been removed from the pan, add in 2 tablespoons of butter, let melt, and then add in your onion and garlic, and you want to saute these over a medium heat for around about 5 minutes, just until the onion is starting to become translucent and the garlic is nice and fragrant but not burnt. Then to deglaze the bottom of the pan, you want to pour in 1/4 cup or 60 ml of white wine and bring to a simmer. Then scrape any of the remaining browned, tasty fond off the bottom of the pan left over from cooking the meat. Now while the onion, garlic and white wine is simmering away, you want to start slicing up around 500 grams or 2 bunches of asparagus into roughly 1 centimeter or so size pieces. Now you want to start by snapping off the woody ends. If you haven't prepared asparagus before, it's quite simple. Just pick it up at the woody end and give it a gentle bend, and it will basically tell you where it wants to snap. Now especially if your asparagus has more of a woody end, it will be a bit further up and it can seem like you are wasting quite a bit of asparagus, but as I say, it will let you know where it wants to snap. And once you get started, it is actually really satisfying to just keep on snapping and hearing the asparagus stalks popping as you do snap them in half. And then optionally as well, you can save a couple of the asparagus spear heads for garnish for the soup later on, but that is completely up to you. Now on top of all of that, this is where the customization starts to come in as well. Is if you are feeding more people, you can also add in a diced potato or two just to fill out the soup a bit more. Then you want to pour over 750 ml to 1 litre of either a good chicken or vegetable stock. And then add in your asparagus and cook until soft and tender. This should be around 10 minutes. Now you can either let it cool and use a proper blender to blend this in batches, or you can use a stick blender. But as a note, asparagus can be a bit tricky to blend, so with a stick blender you may end up with a more textured soup than a smooth soup. So if this is something you're not a big fan of, you prefer to have a silky smooth soup, that's fun to say, then I suggest using an actual proper blender instead. And then to finish, just pour over some cream and stir so it is all one nice uniform colour. Now as a final step, you can top the soup with a poached egg. Now poaching eggs can be a bit daunting and they are very easy to make once you actually hype yourself up to doing so. All you want to do is fill a frying pan or a non-stick skillet with at least 1 inch of water and add in a tablespoon of vinegar and bring it to a simmer. Now you don't want the water to boil, otherwise you will end up with a well done or hard yolk. If you have a thermometer, you want to bring the water up to around about 85 to 90 degrees Celsius. And then, once your water is up to temperature, crack the egg into something that will make it easier to get it into the water. Now I'm using my little pinch bowls. They are the perfect shape for single eggs, and they are the perfect size as well. Now you could alternatively crack the egg into a bowl and gently add it into the water, but you may end up with some extra strands as well. Now you want to gently cook this for around 5 minutes, once again making sure the water does not come to a boil. And then all you're looking for is the whites to have set and hopefully the yolk is still runny. Now if this sounds like way too much effort just to top a soup, you can just forget about adding the water and the vinegar to the pan and just top with a fried egg instead. And then to serve, simply ladle some of the soup into the bowl, top with the egg and crumble over the prosciutto or bacon depending on what you chose to use, and serve. Now there you have it, a simple soup topped with an egg and some crispy prosciutto. A great addition to Souptember and a worthy possible final soup for the year. Now once again I want to say the support that I've received from the past month from just making soups has been absolutely amazing, and as of writing and reading and now recording this script, I have hit the 200 subscriber milestone. So I just want to thank you all very much for the support. It means so much. I honestly never saw myself getting to 200 subs. I know that's a small milestone for some, but for me that is absolutely massive. Now as always, if you did like the video, let me know down below with a like and a comment. If there's any recipes you want to see me try going into the year, or maybe even going into next year, let me know down below in the comments once again. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe for free weekly cooking content, and I will see you all again next week. Thanks for watching.
Name something that dries up when it gets old. Grant.
Asparagus. Good answer.
Asparagus. Ah!